Oh, let's go. All right, Drift. Drift has been out for, 2 years now. It came out with Ableton Live 11.3. And I remember when it came out, I was like, dude, this is sick. Like, we have a really simple synth. You can get really great stereo sounds with it. And it's just super straightforward. Great for teaching someone synthesis, and also just great for having just a limited set of things you can kind of mess with. And I feel like that really breeds a lot of creativity in terms of sound design. Now, this gets kind of crazy. I mean, I haven't really heard anybody talk about this. I'm sure there's people who have also discovered this and, are like, Corey, dude, you're like so late on this, like 2 years late, actually. But something kind of wild is that if we turn off our effects here. Okay, so on Drift, you have two oscillators, two regular oscillators. You can change the waveform, and then you have a noise oscillator, right? Then you have these little arrows here. So if an oscillator is turned on, this arrow means that this oscillator is going to go to the filter here, okay? But you can turn all of these off, and then you're left with just the filter. And something insane here is that the resonance of the filter goes all the way to 1.01, which means that the filter self-oscillates. So if you're a synth head, your ears just perked up. I know it. Because this means that you have an extra oscillator. Now, granted, to get, specific sort of wave shapes out of this filter, I haven't really messed with any of that stuff yet. But if you turn the resonance all the way up under the filter, set your frequency to 440, or if you're in a different tuning, just set it to whatever the tuning of the scale is. If you're in 432, set it to 432, whatever. Then you have this key tracking here, so turn that up to 1. And again, all of our oscillators are off. And we're going to switch our mode to, you can be on any of these, but I think what's really interesting, we're going to go on stereo first. I'm going to turn this saturator on just for some extra volume. Okay, that is just the filter. And I'm just playing notes. Sounds wonderful. Like a nice sine tone almost. Okay, what's really wild about this? Again, we're just using the filter to create a sound, and it's pitch tracking perfectly. You can do chords with this, which for the life of me, I do not understand how that is possible. It must be some digital thing. But typically when a filter tracks, like key tracks, it's just from one note to the next, not full chords. So that's interesting. Then you also have on the modes here, this stereo and drift function here. And when we're on the stereo mode, affect the filter sound as well, which is nutty. Really, really nutty. So drift, again, incredible for all kinds of sound design. I have a kick drum here. Nothing crazy. Hi-hats. And then again, just using the filter, we can turn that off. Made this. Go back to our other drift. Turn our little redux. So yeah, it's just wild to me because again, we can still add in the other oscillators and pitch those around. So basically, once we disengage the filter below, especially if we're not sending anything into it, if it's below the 1.01, you're no longer going to hear that tone. You can hear as we go past that. And again, we're not sending anything to the filter. If we turn this down and then like add the noise and actually send that through the filter with this right here. Ooh, see, that's kind of nice because we already have, again, we turn the noise down. Let's turn all this off. So we still are generating a tone just from the filter, but as we bring this noise up and send it through the filter, nice little lo-fi sound. And we have the redux on here, so if I turn that off, still get a little lo-fi-ness there. So yeah, I just wanted to share this because this blew my mind yesterday, and I don't know, it's so cool. Like drift, again, it's so simple, but like I said, for making drums and, you know, basses, all kinds of sounds. We have this other thing up here that I, you know, made a little bass with. It's really fun. It's a great way to learn how to design your own sounds. And I look forward to continue to explore this. And I feel like I was maybe short-sighted when this came out. I was really excited about it, but I had no idea that the filter self-oscillates, and now you could do all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyways, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you at the stream. Bye-bye.